Mega Mike the Movie Man. And today got a mega movie plan. Today I'm back with another mega video for you all. Today I'm going to be ranking all the live action Batman actors. And we actually have 7 to get through. And I'm going to rank them from the worst to the best. Now this is just my personal preference list. I know your ranking is probably going to be different. So go ahead and leave that in the comments below. But without further ado, let's get started.
Hi, Freeze. I'm Batman.
Now right here is going to be George Clooney. And of course, what were we expecting? George Clooney can be a great actor. I believe he's been nominated for Oscars before, so he can give a good performance. But did he in Batman and Robin? Not so much. Yeah, he wasn't given much to work with either in terms of the script and the dialogue he had to say, but I felt like he could have also given a little bit more effort as well. I don't think this was George Clooney giving 100% of his effort as Batman. Well, why would he when he's in a giant toy commercial? So I don't blame him either, but that's why we gotta put him at this clear spot.
Emergency. Batman speaking. Warning all of you to brace yourselves for big news. The biggest. Tell them, Robin.
Gee Willikers, we're going to have to put Adam West at this spot. So nothing against Adam West. He seems like a really genuine person. I really liked his voice in Family Guy. However, his Batman show was just out of a different time period, a different era. So I didn't really get to connect to Adam West growing up as Batman. So he just isn't there for me in terms of what I think of Batman. But for the show he was in, he followed the assignment correctly and he fits in perfectly with that type of show. However, it's one that's a little bit more silly, a little bit more comical, a little bit more family and kid friendly, and that's just not my type of Batman preference personally. However, total respect to Adam West, much appreciated for the groundwork he did with setting up Batman.
Your entrance was good. His was better.
At this spot, we're going to put Val Kilmer. Now, Val Kilmer actually was a pretty good Bruce Wayne. I definitely bought him as a billionaire, and I liked how they started to go into the psychology of Bruce Wayne and his traumatic experiences. And if they could have expanded more on that, maybe he could have been a little bit higher on this list. However, unfortunately, he's in the movie Batman Forever, and not such a great movie, and his Batman was only okay in the movie, but that's when these cheesy dialogue lines started, him saying he's gonna go get drive-thru, and just everything about that movie just started to take it to a silly level, even with the Batman character himself. So even though Val Kilmer, I think, is a fine actor, to me, he just wasn't given a whole lot to work with here. Not as bad as Batman and Robin, but still this Batman was kind of the beginning of not so good Batman.
That's a warning.
Here at this spot, I'm going to have to put Robert Pattinson. Now, I know what some of you are saying. This is your favorite Batman of all time. Now, I really do like him as Batman. When he's in the Batman costume, he is truly vengeance and he is brutal. And I like his detective skills, and his Batmobile is awesome. So those are some really good positives. But there are some negatives that do bring him down just a little bit. His lack of gadgets in the movie, unfortunately. And then the biggest negative here is going to be his persona as Bruce Wayne. This Bruce Wayne I do not like at all. He just seems like a moody teenager, and you have Bruce Wayne and you have Batman together, so I gotta judge them both. And so unfortunately, even though the Batman part is great, the Bruce Wayne just brings it down and kind of puts it in this mid-tier range to still good Batman, just not my favorite.
Vicky Vale.
Bruce Wayne.
And what do you do for a living?
Next up, we got Michael Keaton, and he had a really good Batman. When asked who he was, he said, "I'm Batman." And that was just perfect for setting the tone of that movie. It finally gave us a darker Batman and what Batman really could be. be. He had such wonderful toys as well, awesome gadgets, and the bat plane. He had some decent action scenes, and so you really believed him as Batman. But not only that, he had a pretty good Bruce Wayne as well. You believed that his Bruce Wayne would be kind of secluded from everyone, but also he was really likable, and when he did start to connect with people, you totally bought it. And then he also had some good dialogue with the Joker. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. And so some really good quotable, memorable lines. So just all around a good Batman, a good Bruce Wayne. So that's why I had to put him this high up on this list. Here, we're going to have to put Ben Affleck. Now, I was back and forth between 1 and 2, and really you could probably switch these on any given day if you ask me. But right now, as I'm thinking about it, I'm going to have Ben Affleck at this spot. Now, Ben Affleck is a great Batman, and Batman vs. Superman, he gave us some of the best Batman action scenes we have ever seen. That warehouse scene probably is the best Batman action scene. So he did a great job as Batman, just with all the physicality of the role. I mean, it was perfect. And actually, I think he did a decent job as Bruce Wayne. In Batman v Superman, he was actually a pretty good Bruce Wayne when he looked up at the sky and saw the damage that Superman was doing with Zod. I mean, you could see the emotion in his eyes, so that was really great. Now, in the original Justice League, his Bruce Wayne kind of went downhill a little bit for me just because he looked really sad and just didn't seem much like a leader. They did fix that in Snyder's cut of Justice League, so that brought him back up a little bit more, but all around, a really good Batman and a really solid Bruce Wayne. So that's why he's this high up on the list. Just a great actor and a great director. Wish we would have got a standalone Ben Affleck directed Batman movie.
You sound like you're looking forward to it.
I'm adaptable.
Now we gotta put up Christian Bale. Yes, he deserves this high of a spot. Christian Bale just did such a good job in all 3 Dark Knight movies. Each movie, he brings something to the character that just adds more depth and layers to Bruce Wayne and Batman. So that's why I had to have him this high on the list, because he did not have a bad day at the office at all. He totally added so much to Batman and Bruce Wayne throughout the entire series of films. I mean, how he shows off Bruce Wayne as being a suave billionaire and how he acts with people at different events is such a different persona than his Batman, when he's much more brutal and he has all those action scenes. And he has some great vehicles and the best gadgets we have ever seen from any Batman movie. I mean, the Tumbler was just so awesome. And to me, that really captures everything that Batman should be. He looked the part, he acted the part, and then really when we get into Dark Knight Rises, we see that overarching Bruce Wayne character development of how he gets broken down so much and you feel like he's defeated, but then he rises up and becomes a true hero by the end of the trilogy. And they also give him a good, satisfying ending at the end. And so it just ties a nice bow onto everything here. And to me, that's why he's my personal favorite Batman. He just does everything so well. And so when I think of Batman, the first Batman I go to is Christian Bale. And that's probably because I love the Dark Knight movies just so much. But he is truly a great performer in them as well.
You can be the outcast. You can make the choice that no one else will face. The right choice. Gotham needs you.
So that will do it for today's ranking of the live action Batman actors. If you haven't put your ranking down below, definitely go ahead and put that in the comments. Also, feel free to respond to other people's ranking lists and what you think of their choices. Also, if you're just discovering my channel for the first time, make sure you subscribe right now. I'm going to get you tons of Batman videos, more movie rankings, movie reviews, movie news, movie haul, you name it, we'll talk everything movies on this channel. Also, don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you don't miss when I post a video. Also, like the video, and this is Mega Mike the Movie Man, reminding you to make every day a movie day.